and today I'm here to react to episode 9 of season 4 of What We Do in the Shadows, aka the second to last episode of season 4. I feel like this honestly has flown by, and it might just be the timing too, because I feel like the end of summer always kind of just flies by. But I just can't believe we're going to be at the finale next week. And somehow, some way, I have managed to avoid the spoilers and the leaks for these last 2 episodes. I honestly have no idea because, you know, especially how Twitter just like randomly recommends you tweets about things that you've liked in the past. Every time I've been opening up Twitter the past like couple weeks, I've been so like expecting just a spoiler to pop up about it, but somehow I have avoided them. So yeah, this is of course the Freddy episode, and by the Freddy episode I mean the episode that FX knows what they're doing with, because they didn't show a promotion for it, and the promotion that we did get that came out I think like the day before the episode aired was just Nadja and Laszlo. There was no sign of Guillermo, there was no sign of Nandor, and there was no sign of Freddy, who the episode is named after, so you think you'd kind of put him in the promo. But yeah, I definitely have thoughts and theories on this episode for what I've thought of it since, you know, they first announced that it was going to be Freddy, and I'm just excited to see how it plays out. I have an idea of how I think it's going to play out, but who knows if that's even going to be right. So I'm so excited to check this out. Yeah, if it's not good, there's always fanfic, right? If it's not what you think it is, someone wrote the version you wish it was. So that's all I'm thinking of. Oh, her outfits are still so amazing this like season. Like I want them all. Whoever upgraded her wardrobe, big thumbs up. It's amazing to me too how they know some people and then other people they're like, I've never heard of this before in my life. Like they didn't know what the internet was 2 seasons ago, and now they're like, eh. Uh-oh. Look at them. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my gosh. I love that this is like against his wife too. Like he's like, honey, I love you, but this is business. We know. That is so sweet and exactly what he deserves. I'm so happy for him. I wonder if I'll end up moving to London to be with him, because I really think this season is either going to end with, like, in my heart of hearts, I feel like it's either going to end with Guillermo getting turned into a vampire, which I don't think will happen, but I do think, or him leaving. Like, I feel like it's just going to be something big. And I saw Harvey say, like, this season, like, changes everything, like, the end of it or whatever. And I just feel like Guillermo, like, is, like, as much as we've seen him making strides, like, I feel like he's still not more on like a level playing field in the vampire's eyes, kind of. So I feel like he just has to leave, you know. It's like one of those things that it has to happen before we can move forward, because it's always something that's brought up, and I just feel like he has to get out of that house, and then they have to go to him and like convince him to come back to show that like they appreciate him. Oh, you're gonna do great. Yeah, keep him far away from the house, but somehow I don't think that's gonna work because, you know, no plans ever go good on this. I do forget that he was like 18 when he first started vampiring for, or what is the term? Familiaring for Nandor? So it's always like when he talks about how he hasn't had like many experiences, I'm like, oh, right, yeah. Oh, we brought flowers. What in the world are you doing here at night, though? This is not a good idea. Oh, right. How do you explain the documentary crew? We're just used to them. Oh, no. Laszlo and Nadja are out of the house, so it's just him. Does that mean he thinks Freddy's a virgin? That's so awkward. Excuse me, we are not putting the race down after all they did to unionize. I don't stand for that. I forgot about that joke. That's so funny. Guess what? Chingbad. I love if that's his signature phrase. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah, don't overwork him. I just love that it's like we don't really see them fight, but like it's not even really a fight. They're just both like, yeah, you're wrong, you're wrong. Like it just fits into their relationship perfectly, you know? You can find another energy vampire that turned into a baby and grew up to be a tap dancing 8-year-old boy. See what I mean about technology? Look at his freaking cell phone. That's from like the 90s. Laszlo, I love you and I love your dad skills, but you do not want to be a momager. Like, no. He said he worked at the UN. Come on, Guillermo. I like that he has the relationship with Freddy, obviously, but I don't like that he has to lie to Freddy about so much of his life. Like, I get why he does, because, like, he obviously can't tell Freddy he's a vampire, but that, again, goes to my thing of, like, I don't think he can ever have a real fulfilling relationship until he can tell, like, let someone completely in. So he's either gonna have to leave the vampire so he doesn't have to worry about that part of his life anymore and hiding that from someone, or he's gonna have to date Nandor. No, you know what I mean though? Like, I feel like it's not fair to Freddy that, like, he doesn't know all this stuff about Guillermo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The man who thinks that, like, everyone is bi and gay sees these two people who are like, no, actually, we're not friends. And he's like, best friend. Like, talk about not wanting to see the writing on the wall, right? Let's see how he reacts. Oh, okay. It just clicked. It took a few seconds, but it clicked. Oh, okay. I still want to know how they met and stuff. I want to know what Guillermo did when he was over there, you know, in London. Like, did he and Nadja bond? Did he just avoid Nadja? Like, what happened? I'd love to see a flashback to that next season. That's so funny. Like, see, more lies, more lies. So that went about as good as it could. I mean, he's still alive, and that was my bar. He's still alive and he doesn't have the brain scrambles. I don't know. I guess I just want to know more of Freddy. Like, I want to know more about Guillermo outside of the house, right? Like, I feel like there's so much there. And he's talking about this whirlwind romance. We've seen him, you know, getting more confident, getting better clothes from the money he's skimming from the nightclub. Like, I want to see more of Freddy and Guillermo together, you know? Like, just show me Guillermo outside. Show me fun Guillermo outside of work Guillermo. The Guillermo that can, like, got Freddy, you know? Oh no. Oh no. I no. I no. I've been bamboozled. How did I never even think that? Of course Nandor would be so stupid that he would fall in love with Freddy. We all thought he was gonna get jealous of Freddy, and instead he just the fact of like, oh, this will finally make him realize his crush on Guillermo and he'll get jealous, and instead he gets a crush on Freddy. You can't you can't write a dumb butt more than this, can you? Like, it's just so Nandor. Dude, like, this is getting weird. Like, it's Guillermo's boyfriend. You can't steal him. You did that to her, though. She has no personality because of you. Please don't. Please don't. I really thought he was gonna, like, hypnotize him or something. Oh no, I don't like that look on his face. No, he's using one of his wishes. What? Why would you do that to her? Like, literally just make a copy of Freddy. I mean, that's creepy, but also, like, that's so weird. No, you absolutely do not love her. This is awful. Like, you're literally changing her entire personality and negating, like, all the wishes he spent on the Jinn, right? If he's just getting rid of Marwa and turning her into Freddy. Oh, I hate this. This makes me so uncomfy. Oh my gosh, when Guillermo finds out about this, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him and it's gonna be totally justified. This is so cute that they're venturing out on their own. I mean, I know it's only like upstate New York, but it's just cute to see them kind of spend more bonding time together. Yeah, Nadja's losing it. And I say this with love in my heart, but she's slipping. Oh my gosh, that has to be one of the baby Colin actors. Like, it looks exactly like him. Like, even the hair and everything. Nadja, don't be so mean. They're children. Oh, that's definitely also someone that played Baby Colin, because they said that the tap dancer was a girl, I remember, so that is definitely. That's so cute that they get to use them again. Like, they're like, thanks for doing your part. Like, let's showcase you as you now. That's really sweet. This is messy. Like, I feel like this was Nadja in, like, London for the first couple weeks. Like, she is not holding herself well. I wonder if the club will shut down, because I wouldn't be super surprised if it's, like, a one-season kind of thing. Like, I love the club. I think it's great, and I want her to succeed in every endeavor she has. But they seem to kind of like to change locations a lot, and like they just have like certain locations that are only season only, like obviously the vampire thing, because like we haven't seen the Vampire Council because this got turned into that. But like even like previously there were places that they would go that like then we didn't see again. So I kind of think maybe it'll just be a one season thing, the club. This is so weird. This is so weird. Oh, look at Guillermo go. I love it. He is so cute. And then there's that. Okay, imagine the dance battles those two could get in. Oh, not as ridiculous as you would think, honestly. I can't even imagine if Freddy sees other Freddy, how he would react. Like, that's not gonna be great. Because then you'll have to explain something, right? Oh no. I was worried that that was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen until next episode when it said that he turns that awkward age. He doesn't realize that his shirt is like now a crop top. You don't feel that, BC? Really? Poor Laszlo. He's horrified. This is also not good because I thought maybe they would just make up and Colin would go back to the club, but he's not a kid anymore, so he literally can't go back to the club and save it. I wonder when he gets older too, like, is he still gonna see Laszlo as like his dad, or like is he just gonna go back to being like the Colin Robinson we know and just like taking care of himself? You know, like it's just gonna be weird that like Laszlo and everyone else put like so much time into raising him, and then like he'll probably just be like back to him and be like whatever. Oh no, 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 no. You should have just avoided this whole place this weekend when Freddy's here. Ew, they hooked up? That's just so gross. He's gonna be pissed when he realizes. Like, oh, and to do that to Marwa too is so messed up. Oh no. Yeah, he calls him Gigi. Literally, he can't have one normal thing. I mean, it was kind of a wishful thinking on his part. Look at his face. It was wishful thinking on his part, thinking that somehow he could keep Freddy contained from all this, because it's like you live in a world that cannot sustain surprises. So, like, anytime Freddy tried to do something to surprise you, there was always the chance of him getting killed, him realizing that he lives with vampires, like something like this happening. It's just, I can't believe Nandor's stupidity and honestly selfishness to not only take Freddy from Guillermo, because even if he didn't take his Freddy, like there's no way Guillermo can just go back to being with Freddy knowing that Nandor is with an exact copy of Freddy, but then also to not even wish for like a clone, but to actually change Marwa into him is so messed up. And I hope the Jinn can do something where like he takes Marwa away and like sets her free and like lets her be herself, because she has got such a crappy hand this whole season. That's so messed up though. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, you're gonna get yelled at. It's not like that. Look at his face. I feel like it's actually sinking in. Like I've never seen him look like ashamed before. Look at his face. I mean, it's true. And not only that, but what you did to her too. Oh, I think that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's a human being, and like you just stuck a sign on them, like they're nothing, like they're an object, like they're not dolls that you get one if Guillermo gets one. That's so messed up. And like I said, it would be one thing if he had like cloned him too and like wanted what Guillermo had, and like that was messed up in itself. But the fact that he made Marwa, who he used all these wishes, all this like perfect thing to make her like this great wife, married her, and then like basically got mad at her for not having the personality because he took that personality away from her, has now transformed her into a totally different person. Like, oh my gosh. I hope Guillermo, like, I don't know, not stakes him, but maybe stakes him a little bit, just so it hurts. I do feel like he seems like he kind of is understanding where he messed up, but I don't know if that means he'll know how to fix it. Oh, did they say I love you to each other? They do, right? I forgot on the phone. Oh, a familiar, not a bodyguard? Wait, that's okay. I take it back. He's still like, I would have got rid of Freddy right away to see Guillermo. He's still around him. Wait, he has a Gigi like gold embroidered iPad holder. That's funny. You know he got that with the money he's skimming. Oh baby, I want to give him a hug. He's done. He's done. He's leaving. If he doesn't leave the end of this episode, he's leaving the next one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you thought toddlers were hard, Laszlo? Wait till you meet 16 and 18-year-olds. Their bodies are changing and they hate everything. What? Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe. No, no, definitely, yeah. I hope the Jinn is just like looking at him like, that is not the same thing. Like, it's not even, it's the fact that you did it. Like, there's no making up for this. Oh my gosh, he's not turning her back into Marwa? This is so messed up. Like, he took one of the few women on the show and turned her into a white guy and just, like, made her stay that way. And, like, I know he's saying, like, he's happier, but, like, she's not because she didn't get to be happy before. he really even like him this much that he's like crying? Also, just want to point out this is the second time that Nandor has cried at this train station, so. He's like, hey. This is so weird. He's bigger than Laszlo now. Oh my gosh, he went to London? Oh, good. I wanted him to leave, like, honestly. Ew! What? Did he even break up with him, or he just cheated on him with himself? Oh my gosh, poor Guillermo. What the frick? He's done. He's done. He's gone. I'm telling you. Like, I would be done too. Like, final straw. Oh, I miss Baby Colin. Like, Teenage Colin's gonna be entertaining, don't get me wrong, but Baby Colin's just so cute. Like, the height difference and all that. Did they just let Matt, like, improvise as many vampire wraith puns as he could think of, and they were like, we're gonna keep rolling? That episode, not at all how I thought it was gonna go, honestly. Like, I thought it was gonna be, like, him getting jealous, or, like, him getting, like, you know, like, you can't fulfill your duties while also, like, being in a relationship. Like, you have to pick me or him, kind of something like that. I did not expect all him to fall for Freddie Nandor. And look, I feel like, yes, it's kind of like not leading to a Nandor and Guillermo relationship happening anytime soon, but I always expected that to be more of a slow burn. And this is actually kind of the way I expected it to go, in terms of, like, Guillermo's gotta leave. Like, Nandor is a selfish person, okay? He's a vampire. We've established that the vampires very much, for the majority of times, only care about themselves. Nandor views things as objects and toys, right? That he can use, and when they don't work the way he wants to, do the things that he wants to, because they're capable people that can make their own decisions and not just do whatever he says, he discards them or he changes them. Like, that's just his personality. Again, it's going back to the thing of, like, he's never satisfied. And, like, yes, he did think that, like, oh, I can't just take Freddie from Guillermo, which I do think is a step from, like, season 1 or something. Like, I think he would have just taken Freddie right away. But he just didn't think of that. He thought this was a solution. Because this is a vampire solution, right? Like, if this was Nadja, I don't think she'd be upset if he made, like, a clone of Laszlo. Like, she'd think it's weird, but she'd be like, you know what? Like, she could be like, those are two different people. But, like, you're taking Freddie and this thing that Guillermo has that's all his own. One of the few things that has that's all his own, away from the vampire world, away from all that. And you're making it so now you have your own. So you've taken a part of that, and, like, he can't just enjoy Freddie anymore. And that's awful. That's awful. But this is going to lead to what I think is going to happen, of Guillermo's going to leave and Guillermo's going to be done. And then the next season, or the next 2 seasons, are going to be Nandor realizing what he had and that he lost it. Which again goes back to what we've all been saying that the Djinn is trying to teach him, is this lesson of, you know, how he takes things for granted. And I think by the time he realizes what Guillermo really, really means to him, and I mean full-on romantic way, Guillermo's going to be gone. And Guillermo's not going to come crawling back just because Nandor finally realizes his feelings for him. Guillermo is done. And I don't blame him. This is where it's going to be of, like, that's what I expect, is, like, he's going to have to grovel and beg and really prove to Guillermo that he deserves Guillermo, honestly. And the whole Marwa stuff to me is just, I don't understand it. Like, I love Marwa. I think it would have been great if she ventured on her own. I don't understand the point of leaving her as Freddie. It's weird that Freddie is now with Freddie and, like, was cheating on Guillermo. And I think there's a parallel between that and Nandor saying, like, oh, I would never cheat on my wife, even though he practically did because he turned his wife into a new person. But I just feel like that's kind of on Freddie, right? Like, Nandor put them in the situation, but, like, you don't have to fall in love with yourself, your clone. Like, that's very, very strange. So I feel like that's more a Freddie thing. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I think this is going to make a really good slow burn, and this is, like, they're down right now, right? Like, we've had some ups this season, and I feel like this is down, but this is what we need, because we need Nandor to hit a rock bottom of, like, even now he was like, oh, I think what I did was wrong. Well, not really. Maybe. Like, no, we need it to a point where he's, like, sobbing, crying, like, what I did was wrong. And that's going to take time, because Nandor himself still has so much work to do, and Guillermo can't be the one to change him. Like, it has to come from himself, because I think that's where most of the drive comes from, is Guillermo being like, hey, this isn't a good thing to do. You need to do that, like, driving him, kind of steering him in the right direction. Nandor's got to find that for himself before he can be with Guillermo. I honestly think that. So, for me, it just solidifies that kind of slow burn of the relationship, and I think it solidifies that as much as we want to be like, Nandor's grown and changed, like, he still has growing and changing to do. And like I said, I think Guillermo needs to leave. I think it's something that's always talked about. Like, he leaves sometimes and comes back. I think he needs to leave. I think that's the only way that this is going to start to really feel real for Nandor. So yeah, I am just, wow, in shock, because that episode was nothing like I thought it was going to be. So yeah, if you have seen this episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Also, make sure this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!